Howdy everyone, welcome to A Word with the DCC. It's the end of the school day here and just sent the little ones on their way. And I thought I would spend a few minutes today talking, as the title of the video indicates, about how you, my friend, can have a horrible Lent this year. I know Matthew Kelly's got the best Lent ever thing going on, and he stole that, so I thought I'm going to take the worst Lent ever approach. No, I mean, in truth, I was talking with my students today. We were coming up with Lenten plans, ways for them to enter into Lent in a way that might help them grow in virtue and in holiness. And I came up with a little list, and I was sharing this list with the students of ways that I failed miserably in Lent in the past. And so I thought I'd share the list with you in hopes that you won't fall into those same traps that I did. And I just happened to notice here that my daughter has drawn a lovely picture. So I think it's a likeness of me. So anyway, here we go. Let's keep it short and sweet. Know of my prayers as you begin Lent this year. So first and foremost, if you want to have a horrible Lent, don't have a plan. Or wait until the very last minute to come up with a plan. And by last minute, I mean Ash Wednesday Mass during the Gospel where Jesus is talking about praying and fasting and almsgiving, and you're thinking, chocolate. All right, that's my plan. And then you're eating Reese's Peanut Butter Cups on the way home because you forgot. I've done that before. Have a plan. Doesn't have to be elaborate, but have a plan. Second, if you want to have a horrible Lent, and this is actually nice because it includes the other people around you, give up something or some things that will make you a miserable, unkind, unpleasant curmudgeon to everyone around you. This is the classic coffee syndrome. Well, I gave up coffee, and you know me without coffee, I'm a horrible person. So there, but it's Lent, so I can be mean. But obviously there's a disconnect there. The things that we choose to give up for Lent or to take on for Lent are meant to transform us in charity. Now, sometimes that can be painful, but if as a result of our being transformed, we become a misery to the people around us, especially our spouses, our children, siblings, the people closest to us, then we've somehow failed. And maybe instead of giving up that thing that makes me miserable, I choose instead to love my wife. Honor her and serve her. Not a bad idea. Let's see, number 3. Oh, this is a really good one. I'm going to give up this year what I gave up last year. And what I gave up the year before that, which is the same as what I gave up the year before that, and what I've given up for the last 20 years. That's a good plan. I'll just do that. Now, there's a possibility that for many of us, there is this one thing, or these one or two things that we've been fighting and battling against for many years. But it's not necessarily sweets. It's not necessarily Netflix. So if we give up the same thing over and over and over again, it should tell us something. It should tell us that the giving up of that thing didn't really have the effect that it should have, otherwise I wouldn't have to give it up again. Ask the Lord who He wants you to be at the end of Lent. And then figure out what you have to do or refrain from doing in order to become more and more that person. Finally, and I know this is a bit contrary to the gospel, don't tell anyone about your plan. And I know I'm saying it's contrary to the gospel because it's the whole go and pray in your room in secret and the Lord who sees in secret will repay you. Clearly the Lord has it right in this regard. However, if you don't tell anyone about your plan, then no one will know whether or not you are being faithful to that plan. Tell one person or two people who will hold you accountable, who will encourage you, who will call you out. And don't give up. Maybe that's the last and most important thing. If you fail, don't give up. Start over again. Give it your very, very best. This is what the Lord asks. No excuses, our very, very best. a very, very blessed Lent to all of you. God bless.